Hello, welcome back to the channel. I told you I was gonna do a thing. I'm so excited. Today is day one of a lash of the state of Pennsylvania on the Appalachian Trail. Let's go backpacking. When I decided to move back home to Pennsylvania, I started dreaming about doing this hike, and here I am. So this part of the AT is approximately 230 miles long. I've done little day hikes and overnight hikes closer to my hometown, but I really wanted to do a lash, and I'm picking up from where I left off in Maryland a couple of years ago. It's been a couple of years, and I'm hoping to get through the whole state in about 14 to 16 days. I'm pretty sure I can do it, barring any complications or whatever, you know. So I don't know how many miles I'll walk today because I'm starting at lunchtime. My sister and my niece drove me out here, and they'll pick me up when I get back to the other side of the state. So I live in eastern Pennsylvania. This is western Pennsylvania. So I'm going to film daily, and I post 3 times a week. So that means this trip will play out over the course of 4 to 5 weeks. My gear setup, my pack is weighing in at least 25 pounds. But that's because I'm carrying about 4 liters of water, which, you know, I don't need that much water, so it'll get lighter. I won't be carrying 4 liters for the entire trip. I was just like, whatever. It's all full, it's ready to go. And I'm carrying a lot of food, and I probably don't even need all the food that I'm carrying. And I just brought enough to last me for a little while, and I will play it by ear as I get to towns and, you know, eat delicious food when I get to towns. So I imagine I'll either dump food in the hiker boxes, or I'll go home with food. We will see. But, you know, I have coffee. I have enough coffee, I think, for 14 days. You know, the little sticks that you can buy at the grocery store, because coffee's the most important meal on the trail. Woo! I'm so excited. There's an old stone wall. Man, I miss this trail so much. Like, you don't even know how much you miss things until you come back to them, and it's like, oh, it's so exciting. So the first place I might stop for the day is in about 8 miles. I think it would be an 8 or a 9 mile day. It's one of the shelters. I think I'm only 2 miles from Waynesboro, and I got a late start. I think I started just after 11 a.m. so I'll see how I feel, but I think 8 miles is pretty good. And then my plan for the rest of the lash will be to get up early, because I always get up early, hit the trail by, you know, sunrise or close to it, and just walk till the evening and see how far I get. I don't think I'm going to, stamina-wise, I don't think it's gonna be too troubling. Look, here's a really nice campsite already. So yeah. I hope you will follow the journey, and if you're not a subscriber, maybe be a subscriber and enjoy my hike. I'm doing something a little bit different on this trip, something I haven't done in a long time. I'm backpacking without trekking poles. I day hike without them, and I feel like, honestly, I'm more careful with my footing, and I also feel like I move faster without them. So let me catch you up. After Pikes Peak, I flew back to California, spent 5 days with my best friend. She had surgery. Then I flew back to Denver. I went to Castle Rock, met up with another friend from Mercy Ships. From there, I drove to Iowa, spent the day with more friends that I know because of Mercy Ships. And then I drove for 2 days and got back to Pennsylvania on Saturday and started contemplating and gathering things for this backpacking trip. And 2 days after I got home, I found an apartment I love. I crashed the BRT in a very, very foolish, silly driving accident, barely going 5 miles an hour. And anyway, day after that, I put the security deposit down on the apartment and signed the lease, and my truck will be ready hopefully by the end of August. And in the meantime, I'm backpacking. And now you're all caught up. Gotta cross the road. Pretty sure Waynesboro's that way. I'm not going to Waynesboro. So far, I've passed a couple of day hikers, a couple of people backpacking for a couple days, and a boy and a girl who are through hiking. And I think I've gone about maybe 3 miles. A lot of folks complain about the trail in Pennsylvania, but I love it. I love everything about it. I love the green tunnel. The rocks don't really bother me because they're challenging, but they're so big, you always have a place to put your feet. I think it's fun, like, to try and just keep your feet on the rocks. It's Wednesday, and I don't think, no, there's no rain in the forecast at all in these parts until at least Saturday, which is fantastic. As far as the views are concerned in Pennsylvania, there definitely are views, but mostly you walk through the green tunnel, and I think it's perfect hiking. I love hiking in the shade of the trees. Had to pull out the bee bonnet because it's warm enough that the bugs are out swarming now. And I have bug repellent, but they still get in your face and they try to fly up your nose and in your ears. Super annoying, so I'm really glad I didn't forget this. I feel like I was pretty organized this time around. I remembered to bring my earbuds this time around so that if I wanted to, I could listen to music or podcast. And yeah, I think that'll be nice, particularly because I'm gonna be out here for at least 2 weeks. And I'm not planning to take any zeros. I might do a Nero, or I don't know. It just depends on how I feel. Those are the Deer Lick shelters, and there's a couple of tent platforms. And I'm right by the privy, trying to decide if I want to go to the bathroom. I probably could. And there's a spring here. I piked 4.5 miles so far. It's slow going because I'm not used to carrying 25 pounds on my back, but that's okay. Slow and steady. I have 4 miles-ish to get to the next shelter, and I will probably call it a day. I'm thinking I'll call it a day. We'll see. I'm standing at a trail junction, and I don't know what trail it is, but it has red blazes. And you can kind of see it right there on the tree. Little red blaze. I think the bugs have calmed down a little bit now, but I'll just leave the bug net on. It's 3 p.m. and I'm almost to the shelter I consider staying at, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm approaching Old Forge Park. I think there's a water spigot at this park, so I think I'll sit down, take a little break. I've been hiking 7 miles. I think, about 7 miles. And yeah, my hips hurt. I could take a break. Okay, it's time to hike on. There's 1 more mile to a shelter. It's getting close to 4 o'clock. I'm still not sure where I'm gonna stop. When I get to the shelter, I will have walked 8 miles. And I mean, I feel fine. So maybe I'll press on. Well, I have arrived at Tumbling Run Shelter, and it's 2 shelters. It's really, really nice. There's a group campsite, there's a fire pit over there. My dilemma is it's only 4:20 in the afternoon, and I've walked 8 miles. The next shelter is 6 miles away, which is no big deal if I had started walking early in the morning. So I don't know what to do. There's a campsite about 1 more mile up the trail. That would have me at like 9.2 miles for the day, and probably would take me an hour to get there because I think it's a steeper climb. Do I stay or do I go? I mean, tomorrow I'm pretty sure I will be able to travel farther because I will be here ready to go at like 7 in the morning or earlier. So I think I might call it a day and just stay here. I don't know. There's no cell reception either, which is not the end of the world. I could probably text people. I decided to stay. While I was sitting here contemplating whether to move on or to sit still, I discovered that there is actually a cell signal here, and there is another hiker that just pulled in a little while ago who I saw right at the beginning of the day when I was hiking, and he's just doing an overnight out and back, and he went up to Chimney Rock, and he said it is like 1,000 feet of elevation gain in like a mile, so that's a lot. Anyway, tomorrow will be good, and I think I will get a lot further because I will be hiking first thing in the morning till later in the afternoon. So yeah, I'm gonna stay. So now I'm just gonna get my stuff set up here in the shelter because the trail is not overrun by people. I do kind of enjoy staying in the shelter. It's just easier. It's kind of like cowboy camping. It's like so easy to blow up your mattress and put your stuff out and call it a day. Easy peasy. And I don't know, I brought my tent. Maybe I'll use it. Maybe I won't. If there's no crowd on the trail. I definitely like the shelter when it's rainy, so yeah. This shelter's really nice. There's also a big bear pole that you can hang your food bag from, which is really great because I completely forgot bear cord to hang a bag. I don't like hanging my bag anyway, so it's fine. I will cut back briefly and show you my setup, and then I will see you tomorrow. Got the non-snoring shelter and the snoring shelter. I'm set up in the snoring shelter completely by serendipity because I didn't even notice those signs until after I was in it. Okay, that's it for this video. See you tomorrow.